So all I did was just, I turned off all the ground cover. I turned off the forest. So all we got are like rocks and we got trees. So I just did this real quick. Went through, just kind of went through there like that. So what I'll do now is go into Blender and take that footage, import it in a video editor, and I captured it at the highest quality I could, which was at 4K. This video here, though, is recording at 1080p, but we'll go into here, and I believe that's what's being recorded now. This is the one that I just recorded. So let's go to, let's just tell this to just be 7 frames. And fast forward to wherever I was doing that flying back and forth. Stop building proxies. Take too long to do that. That should be good right there. Split this. Cut that off. I don't need that. Go back to the beginning. Hit backspace. Go back to here. How many frames are we talking now? We are talking 338. Sound, don't need that. So if I divide 25 into that, actually if I divide 50 into that, I'll say just every 50th frame, render me a frame. Tell this to be like JPEG or PNG. Actually, I'll do PNG. Turn off compression. You don't want any damn compression artifacts. And normally I render at 4K output resolution. Like I'll right click. I guess I should do that now. Right click, movie strip, set render size. If you record it at 4K, you want Blender to export 4K, then you gotta basically tell it to set the resolution to the video, and it'll do the scaling and all that for you. But since there's not too many frames, maybe I should do a little, maybe every 35th frame. Render video, render animation. So it's going to go through, it's going to do this. It's going to export those frames. Those frames I'll load into Meshroom. Just like this, load Meshroom. You go to this temp folder that these things are installed or exported to. All right. It's not very many pictures, but that should be all it needs for something simple as this. Undo force extraction, texturing. It don't matter about that shit because you're not gonna be using this model in the game anyway. You're just getting it for just to have a model to use as a template. So let's hit start. So just put something just to save it and let it do its thing. Alright, looks like it's done. Alright, so you can see this is textured now, just a crude model of what was in the game. So it's got an export folder. We're just going to copy this to the clipboard, go into Blender. I'll load it on into Blender. Just start a new project now. Alright, we don't need that shit. Get that out of here. Open, import in OBJ. Paste. That's that location. Unless you can remember all that shit. I can't remember that. So I just copy it to the clipboard. Makes it a lot easier. Now you have the car from the game that you can import. Or something that gives you the scale that you can visualize. Makes it easier to see what you're doing. I always import in this little model here. So if that's the mountain, then we already know it's got to be larger than that. Let's turn on texturing. Let's rotate this around to get it the right way when shit does like that. Just easy thing to do is set it to the 3D cursor and then just say geometry to origin. That'll set it to there. But you also can tell an object to set origin to the geometry of the origin. But just so that you can, whatever makes it easier for you to, you know, turn things, rotate things, and whatnot. So that looks about right. We're just going to scale this now till it's the right size. Alright, now we can get that car and bring it up here. Because what I'm going to do is just kind of put it by the road. Like, you know, like this is where the road would be. So, you know, that's probably about right. Scale, give or take. Close enough. No, we don't need a car now. Now, this is kind of experimental. I don't know if this is going to work. It's just a thought I had. Someone emailed me about making water. How I make my water. I was like, well, let me try this. Maybe this will work better. So I'm going to make a mesh plane. I'm going to scale the mesh plane. I'm going to move it up. So this is going to be the river or waterfall or whatever. I'll scale it like this. And I'll tessellate the shit out of it. Subdivide about 100 times. That should be good. That's probably too many, actually. I don't need that damn many. Maybe that. Now we'll triangulate the faces. I'm not sure if it make that much difference, but we're going to do it anyway. Now we're going to try this, see if this works. We're going to shrink wrap this to this. I'm not sure how it's going to do, but we'll give it a quick try. Shrink wrap. Alright, and we'll pick this. Ooh. Ooh. So you have to rotate it and stuff, get it where you want it. And see what this kind of does. This would, you know, yeah, that's some damn erratic behavior there. Look at that, man. Let's try to do a projection map. And let's tell it to do the negative also. That's better. Don't worry about that. And so now we got water that'll cascade. Just a matter of getting it exactly where you want it, I guess. But the thing is, as long as it looks good to you, that's all that matters. So if you wanted to make that a waterfall, just go ahead and assign this, apply this shrink wrap modifier. I'll move it up out the ground just to show you what, when it's in the game, how it'll kind of look. It'll be just kind of like that, contoured and formed to what's in that area. Now the trees and everything's going to come up through it, but you'd have to remove them. Also, shade this smooth. shade smooth, where you at? Now, I'm going to go to since I didn't do any textures on this thing, I didn't think about it when I first made it. I should have assigned a texture firsthand, but I didn't. But it's still okay. If I apply all transforms, it'll let me unwrap these textures, these UVs. So if I go to UV Editor, and I go into edit mode with my water selected here, I should be able to hit A, and I should be able to just say UV unwrap, and it'll give me this map here. Now it's crooked. You can adjust all these things. I didn't download the extra tools that are made for straightening things. I forgot exactly how to do it. Align UV, straighten. Well, that ain't damn quick. All UVs are not separated. Well, I didn't know they were supposed to be. Yeah, I don't know much about topography, so I'll give it the old. Good God. Come on, damn it. It ain't gotta be straight. It ain't gotta be perfect. It's just. But there are tools to do this, so it makes it a lot easier. But I just want it in the ballpark. It ain't gotta be perfect. Now I'm gonna give it a material. I'll just call this water 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Base image texture, open, and I'll use the water from the flood, which is, I have, yeah, let's see, where is it? Art. I don't think it's in here. I don't think I put it in there. Let's see what level is it in? Might have deleted it. Whatever. No, I don't know what that was. I gotta move it into the folder. Damn it. Where is it at now? I gotta find it. I guess I gotta download it again. Re-download it. I don't know where it is. I had it on the desktop. I just removing stuff today and moved it. Probably moved it to the trash and didn't realize it. Flash flood, 3 types. That's the one we want. So this folder goes in the level that you want to test it in. Copy. Now what I didn't do is I didn't save the level. So this is not, I don't have access to save. I don't have access to this yet. So I have to hit save level. And what that did is in the user folder here, it made a temporary, well, it made a Jungle Rock Island. It made a folder here, but there's no art folder. You probably don't actually have to have an art folder. It's just, I'm so used to sticking things in the art folder. I'll just, So that's where I paste this flash flood, and like because it has its own main materials, all these textures need to be in here with it. It's also going to use Snow 2, which is that custom ground model, which that folder needs to be into level 2 if you're going to use that ground model for that. So we'll just take the ground model folder, copy, and then we'll go to that level and paste it in its root, like that. Now I'll probably have to reload the level. So I'll do that real quick. I'll just save. Alright, exit editor. Let's just exit out of the game completely. Back to Blender. That's what I was in the middle of doing, looking for that texture. And I was like, what am I doing? Where is it? Where? Jungle Rock Island, Art, Flash Flood. So this is the texture. And that's how it's going to align on the UVs. I don't know why Blender does not like to show you the texture that you're messing with over there with the UVs, but it doesn't, unless you tell it to. So that's the water. Now what I can do is go back to here, hit A to get my UVs back. I'm going to scale this larger so that it make the water smaller, like this. Now this only works if you got a seamless tile texture, or you'll see every time it repeats itself. Now I can do a little sculpting in here if I want to kind of get this to be a little better than that. Like water doesn't climb like that. I'll stick that there and that there, like that and like that. Just kind of shape this thing to be something that looks kind of like a waterfall here. I mean, I know we shrunk wrap, but we're not trying to make it look too shrunk wrap. We do want it to look kind of like water. I suppose there's some water up here, so this will just come kind of like from underneath. Like that. Now I didn't scan the rest of the model for down here. Like I'm not sure what's down there like in the game, but I didn't get all that detail. I didn't plan on making this thing that large. And see, that's why I got the model on here, so I don't accidentally have it in the ground. But I don't want it too far over the ground either. That'll be fine. This will be perfect. Probably don't need all that. So I'm just going to get rid of that part. Oops. turn on X-ray if you want to do that right. Yeah, that'll be fine. I ain't worrying about all that. I'll just leave this like this. You can do more with it if you want to, but I'm done with it. I'm just going to now go to object mode. See, I don't need that or that or that, just this. Now, I do this a little different. Since I'm going to use a soft body collision kind of thing, I'm going to add 2 empties, plane axes. Add 2 of these. And this is what you name them. Start 01 and base 00. And you put this start into this base by holding shift and left clicking, dragging and dropping, and do the same thing with that. Now I'm going to duplicate this and tell the duplicate to be the collision mesh -1 plane. Alright. Now let's get I guess it's fine where it's at. Alright, object, set origin to 3D cursor. File transforms and export into that folder on Small Rock Island. Jungle Rock Island. Let's call this Flood 4, I reckon. Now, back to the game. Back to the level. Rehide all this again. I forgot to give it the damn texture name. I mean, I didn't give it the texture name it's supposed to have. Hold on, let me see what the texture's supposed to be. Water 1, 2, 3, 4. No, what's the old one? Flood 1. Alright, that should fix it. Now the texture's not right, the animated part's not right, it's not displaying right. Let me save the level and reload it, because this is just one of these sketchy things about the animated textures. Sometimes it don't do right all the time the first time. Doesn't mean it don't work, it just means that it had an issue and didn't display it right for whatever reason. I don't mean red texture, I mean I had animated texture on this. It's supposed to be animated, but sometimes when you animate a texture, it'll make the whole thing just one solid shade instead of showing you the animation. And what I found when that happens, a lot of times it just needs to be reloaded. Now, red texture is a whole different thing. That means texture doesn't exist at all. Where's my water? Didn't I just save the damn level? Maybe I didn't. I thought it did. Now, just put it back in here. Flood 4. This piece of crap. Oh, it's the other side. It's over here. Let it go where it goes. Turn that off. Man, they made this damn shit so hard to damn, but they should have made this like Blender, where you could just easily move these things. I suggested they add that. I guess they like fighting with these little damn arrows, trying to grab stuff. They like self-inflicted abuse, which is what I would call it. Want to do all that extra work. Make it easy, just make it where you can grab these little things. This ain't lining up. I ain't got it in the right place. That ain't worth the crap right there. This is not where I had it. See, I didn't pay much attention. I figured I'd be able to easily look at this and tell, oh, it'll fit there, by looking at the shape of the damn terrain. But apparently, oh, it goes here. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's kind of like what I was thinking. It goes kind of like there. I don't remember that big knot up there though. But who knows? Maybe I did stick that there. I don't think it's scaled large enough, is what I think. I don't think I scaled the model big enough to fit. No, it's a shit thing when you scale something in here, then it messes up the damn UVs. I mean, not the UVs, the collision mesh. Tell you what you do. Oh, mother suck shit.